In this video, we're going over the new best settings to use here in Black Ops 6 to drastically improve your aim, accuracy, as well as gun skill. If this video does help you out, feel free. Drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications, and let's get into it. As you can see, I play with an Xbox Elite controller on PC with one paddle on the back, the short paddle set up for jumping. Now, these settings are going to work no matter what controller you're playing with, and also no matter what console you're playing on. They are going to be universal. Now for the button layout, even though I have a controller with paddles on the back, tactical is going to be the absolute best button layout to play with, because you're going to be able to remap your crouch as well as prone button so you can perform a drop shot a lot easier and also stay aimed down sight when doing so. You can do a drop shot by pressing down on the right thumbstick, which is going to be allowing you to stay aimed down sight, making sure you can outgun players at close and medium ranges a lot easier. Definitely go ahead and give this a try if you are a run and gun type of player. Everything else here is going to be the same. Now, for my horizontal stick sensitivity as well as vertical stick sensitivity, I always recommend playing within that 4 to 6 sensitivity window. This is going to be perfect, allowing you to still have enough movement to turn on other players, but you are going to be accurate at those close, medium, as well as longer ranges, and that's where I feel a lot of players are falling short. The 1.2 to 1.6 window, which is going to be essentially that 4 to 6 / 6.5 range, is going to be absolutely imperative to be playing within, so you can truly maximize your aim and accuracy so you can win more gunfights at those longer ranges. Definitely give this a try. Everything else here is going to be the same. My controller vibration is going to be turned off. The reason I go ahead and turn this off is because I don't want to have any unnecessary rumbling in my controller that could potentially throw off my aim and accuracy at longer ranges, and that's exactly why I turn vibration off. Now for the dead zones, here is what I do run, but this is going to be honestly dependent on your own controller health. Now for the aiming, the sensitivity multiplier, there are some things you want to adjust under this category. Now you want to adjust your ADS sensitivity multiplier from 1 to 0.7. This is really important, so you have less stick play, so you can be a lot accurate at those longer ranges. This is going to be a setting you're going to change and notice an immediate improvement with your aim and accuracy at longer ranges, and that's where I feel like a lot of people are going to be looking for settings to improve on, because anybody can take somebody out at close range. It's longer ranges where things get difficult, and bumping this down to 0.7 as opposed to keeping it at 1 is going to make things a hell of a lot easier. Now, aiming advanced settings here, what you want to go ahead and do is for the look inversion tab, you want to make sure that your ADS sensitivity transition timing is set to instant. If you don't have this set to instant, there is going to be a delay when you are going from, a standing position to aim down sight, and you don't want that to happen. That's how you're going to be losing a lot of gunfights, especially at close and medium ranges. Make sure you guys have this set to instant so you can snap into players and be a lot more accurate, a lot faster. Now, aim assist response curve type, I like to go ahead and play on standard. Standard is going to be really important when going ahead and playing within your means. Now, the reason I go ahead and say this is because at any given point, they can go ahead and make adjustments to the aim assist, which they've done in the past 2 Call of Duties. They did in Modern Warfare 3, halfway through the game's life cycle. They did in Black Ops 6, right when the game released. So I recommend going ahead and keeping it on standard, so there is no risk of you waking up one day or having an update releasing in the next couple of weeks and it be completely changed. It's incredibly annoying when that happens, because you essentially have to relearn how to use the aim assist and essentially abuse the aim assist, and that's just annoying. So that's why I recommend going ahead and playing on standard. Everything else here is going to be the same. I've not made any other adjustments. Now, for the movement settings, sprint assist, I always have tactical sprint assist turned on. This is going to be allowing you to get around the map faster, a little bit more seamless, and also make sure your sprint assist delay is set to 0, so obviously there is no delay, so you can obviously go ahead and get around the map as quickly as possible and not feel like you're stuck in the mud. Definitely a setting I recommend going ahead and adjusting. Now, mantle assist is turned off, crouch assist is turned off, corner slice is also turned off, and slide dive behavior is set to hybrid. The reason I go ahead and set these settings the way I do is so I have full control of the Omni movement, and I'm not going ahead and doing an accidental movement that could potentially cost a gunfight, because the last thing you want to happen is you actually diving. You don't want to actually dive, mounting over something that you don't want to mount mid gunfight. Imagine being on a 29 and actually mantling over something and losing. That would be unbelievably annoying. That's exactly why I have all these settings turned off, to prevent that from happening. Everything else here is going to be the same. I've not made any other adjustments. For the combat settings, again, everything here is also going to be the same. The only thing I actually went ahead and adjusted is I have the C4 activation set to 1 by 1, so I don't actually have to throw both of them at the same time to detonate them. I don't really use C4, but if I was to go ahead and run C4, this is something I would definitely go ahead and have enabled, just to make things a little bit easier to use. Again, everything else here is the same. I've not made any other adjustments. Now, for the graphic settings, the view tab is most important. Motion reduction preset is turned off. Arachnophobia mode is turned off. For the FOV, I personally play on 100. I recommend players to play within that 100 to 120 FOV, just so you get a bigger picture. You can see more of what's going on your screen. And it's very important to play with the affected ADS field of view. Do not play on independent. Going ahead and switching to affected is going to be a huge help when trying to control the recoil, because when you actually have it set to affected, it's going to mirror whatever optic or iron sight weapon you're running. That's going to be representing your ADS FOV. So if you're playing on 120, you're going to have a 120 ADS FOV, which is going to be giving you the illusion that your weapons have less recoil, but in all reality, it's going to be less visual recoil. This is a setting you're going to change and notice an immediate improvement, which in my personal opinion is a massive W. Everything else here is going to be the same. What I do recommend actually doing is turning off world motion blur as well as weapon motion blur, just so everything is easier to see, so you can overall win more gunfights. If you don't have this turned off, if there's players in dark corners, it's going to be hard to see them, so definitely go ahead and shut this off. It's going to have a really weird and annoying haze in your screen, which I know a lot of people do not want to have. Now, first person camera movement, I do recommend going ahead and having this at 50%. This is really helpful if you're playing on maps like Babylon, Subsonic, or any small map. If explosions are going off around you, your screen isn't going to be shaking nearly as much if you have it at 50%, which is a massive W in my personal opinion. Make sure you guys go ahead and make those adjustments. And for the inverted flashbang, I turn it on just so it's a little bit less annoying when you do get flashbang. These are going to be the best graphic settings to use here in Black Ops 6. Now, for the audio settings, they don't call me ears for nothing. These are very important to adjust. Your master game volume, I have this set to 100, just so you can hear exactly what's going on in game. Your gameplay music volume, I recommend going ahead and having this set to 30. You could probably tell in this video it is reduced. This is so you can actually hear what's going on and the music isn't blasting. It's not bad music, but it's a little bit overbearing in my personal opinion. Everything else here is going to be the same, because in all reality, all of the audio settings are good out the box for the most part. You just have to make sure you adjust your music so it's not just blasting in your ear. Now, for the voice chat, personally for me, I go ahead and have it set to push to talk, because obviously I'm making videos. How annoying would it be if I was commentating, in game and having everybody hear it? That's why I have it pushed to talk. So, I'm not just annoying the lobby. And the combat system is crazy in this Call of Duty anyway, so it's honestly safer just to have this set to push to talk, just so you don't get combat, without you even knowing. And finally, for the interface setting, what you want to do is run over to the gameplay HUD section, and under the mini map shape, you want to make sure this is set to square. Not only is square going to give you a bigger picture, but it's also going to be a lot easier for you to read and interpret the map, especially if you have a UAV or a harp up. If you want a video on how you can read and interpret the map a little bit better to make nukes or high kill gameplays easier to get, let me know down in the comment section. I probably can get that done when Season 4 Reloaded does go live. These are going to be the best settings to use here in Black Ops 6 as of right now. Make sure you guys are playing on the right sensitivity. I highly recommend playing within that 4 to 6 sensitivity window. That's going to be 1.2 to 1.6, so you can drastically improve your aim, accuracy, and gun skill. If this video does help you out, let me know down in the comment section. And as always, feel free, drop a like in the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications, spin your boy ears, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.